We really want to help you remember something tonight. We know there are lots of pressures on you time-wise and with the holidays and with all your other events and activities and in addition to your general activities and events of life, that it's challenging sometimes to remember. But there's something very important that we want to raise up in your attention so it becomes closer to the top of the list. Something to not overlook, something to focus on, let's say. And what we would like to invite you to remember is that the integrity of you, meaning your soul expressing through the physical form in collaboration with your current personality, that package, that picture, that representation of experience is accessible to you now. And we want to make sure that in the busyness of the season, you don't lose track of the reality of the moment, which is that you are accessing the completeness of you, the truth of you, the fullness of you, and you can have that be who you are in all moments. It is so easy to fall into a habitual pattern or to go backtracking a bit because busyness gets in the way of remembering and recognizing and living from the truth of you, the completeness of you. So don't let anything get in the way of the progress you've made in becoming and living the truth of you, because you have made such strides. We don't want you to slip back and then have to say, oh, well, I'll start up again in January. Because remember, of course, that in January, we're going to be pushing the physical form in a new way. So you don't want to have to do both at the same time. And the opportunities that the holidays and the busyness offer for you to explore the truth of you and the completeness of you should not be missed, should not be let go of or not focused on. So we encourage you to keep it at the forefront. Stay with this, stay with this, stay with this. Don't let it slip away from you, especially not now, because you really are in crunch time. And it's not crunch time as in study for finals. It's crunch time as in everything you've worked for and all the attention you've paid to being conscious and all the attention you've paid to your core emotion and all the books you've read and classes you've taken have all led up to this plateau point that we're reaching, which is a place where you start to shift the focus out of getting prepared and into the focus of I am prepared for the next way of being, or the next movement into the beingness of you, the next movement into bringing the body into alignment with where you've taken the spiritual focus. And the guardians have come in now to help you bring your emotional system into alignment of where you've taken your spiritual focus. So you have unique support in the avenue of evolving your emotional system to handle the energetics that are being put into it, and you have the physical body opportunity coming online in a new way. So be very, very cautious that you keep the attention on what is true now. I don't know anything. What is the truth of this moment? How can I express the completeness of me? And when you walk in the world, walk as the completeness of you. And if the completeness of you is received in a way that doesn't feel all that great, well, recognize that the truth of the matter is that walking the completeness of you is your business. How you're received as the completeness of you can't be your business at this time. I leave the house and I walk the completeness of me. And the completeness of you, how you know you're walking the completeness of you, is when you find yourself handling fears, handling temptations to habit, handling triggers in a new way as you compare yourself to you over the passage of time. Is it a new way you're handling the experiences you're having? If yes, then you know that you have made progress to have the completeness of you fully expressed. But keeping the completeness of you as your primary focus during this holiday season is going to be is the greatest gift you can give yourselves. And we invite you to give yourselves that gift. Now is not the time to slack off, is what we're trying to tell you. Okay? And it's easy to slack off now. There's lots of habits around the holidays. And we're not just talking about habits around how you interact with your family, but we're talking about habits around the celebrations you go to, or the way you celebrate, or how you feel about the celebrations. So we invite you to spend a lot of attention on, why am I doing this? Why am I responding this way? What is interesting about this to me? What is habitual about this to me? All right? Good. Okay, then we'll go, and Elohim will come and see what else we have to talk about tonight. As your lifetimes are being experienced and expressed and lived, a lot of times when we talk to you guys about past lives that you're showing us, it's because those lifetimes are expressing similar things to what you're expressing now. Okay? So that's why a lifetime will be lit up. And you may have 100 and 1 or 2 is specifically lit up right now. Well, that's because the you in that lifetime is experiencing and expressing something similar to the you now. And transforming the energetic of that transforms it here. Or in a sense, you're collaborating because you're the same soul. So you're doing a collaborative effort to transform an energetic that both of the lifetimes are dealing with. We'll just call it 2 for now. At some point, your awareness of those other lifetimes, they also can be called other universes, they also can be called other dimensions. We haven't settled on exactly how we want to express the terminology. But at some point, your awareness of those other expressions of you is going to become as obvious to you as your awareness of your current expression. So your experience of your past, which is something that occurred to you but is not currently happening, right, will be a similar way of perceiving the lifetimes that the other expressions of you are having. So you'll have memories of things that didn't actually occur, and information that you never remembered getting, or that opening to the other lifetimes. Some language that's been put into that is called the collapse of the lifetimes. No. Now, collapse is one of those triggery kind of words like deadline that you guys get all freaked out, energetic. Collapse! Oh God, it's a building, it fell down on me. No, we don't mean it that way. It's like a condensing. Like, let's say one lifetime is here and one lifetime is here spatially. They're just getting closer together. Trying to express something that doesn't have a spatial element in a spatial way. Just trying to give you some way of grokking it, some way of pulling it all together. Now remember, you don't have to understand this. It's an experiential thing. There's no way for your mind, especially now since it's not happening yet, to have a conceptualization of this that will support it happening. If you try to get all brainiac about this, you're going to put barriers in the way of it occurring, because it occurs naturally, just like your skin. If you cut yourself, it heals. This is like a healing of a soul expression. Now, if you think about it, without trying to understand it, that's funny. If you process it with your brain without trying to understand it, what we're seeing here is that we've told you many times the soul is an infinite, immortal experience. And if you're infinite and immortal, are you really going to be satisfied with ascending one lifetime? Why would you just ascend Randy or Mary or Marilyn if you could ascend every single expression that your soul has had onto the planet at one time?